6:26 a.m. Central Time. To recap the work that lies ahead outside for Ann McLean and Nick Hague today, they'll be working on the 4A power channel on the Port Ford truss of the International Space Station. Earlier in the week, the robotics team and mission control and at the Canadian Space Agency in Saint-Hubert, Quebec, used the station's robotic arm to relocate 4 old nickel hydrogen batteries from the integrated electronics assembly for the 4A channel at the base of that solar array wing. One of those old batteries now parked on the special purpose dexterous manipulator, or Dexter, for later disposal. 3 of the other nickel hydrogen batteries were moved from the external pallet on the H2 transfer vehicle for later disposal. And 3 new lithium-ion batteries were robotically relocated into their resulting open slots in the integrated electronics assembly. The work today outside will involve the movement of 3 adapter plates. These adapter plates are designed to serve as platforms to complete the circuitry for the battery charge discharge unit that stores and disposes electricity for the solar array wings during daylight and dark passes of the Earth. It also serves as thermal protection for the integrated electronics assembly and a stowage location for the old nickel hydrogen batteries that cannot be brought home on the HTV's external pallet because of space limitations. Only 9 of the 12 old nickel hydrogen batteries to be relocated in today's spacewalk and the one a week from today, and the associated robotics work. Only 9 of those 12 older batteries can return to Earth to burn up in the Earth's atmosphere. In addition to the movement of 3 adapter plates to their respective locations in the 4A power channels integrated electronics assembly, there will be the relocation of 2 of the old nickel hydrogen batteries from the integrated electronics assembly to be placed on the adapter plates that are being transferred as well. Those batteries will stay on the International Space Station forever. On the adapter plates that are being transferred as well, those batteries will stay on the International Space Station forever.
And AV's reminder, when crew lock at 6, expect alert tone. Nick, reminder, when crew lock is 5, you're going to switch off the pump. You're going to, switch the deep response valve to close.
1 copy.
And 2 copies. I'm showing current pressure 7.6.
Copy 7.6. Nick, heads up, should be approaching 6.
Showing 5.9.
Copy. Did you get a tone?
Negative.
Copy, negative. And did you get a tone?
EV1 is going back and forth between airlock P and O2 position, and I just get a beep every time it changes.
Copy that. Reminder, Nick, at 5, you're going to take the depress pump man isolation valve to close at airlock pressure 5.0.
Copy.
And Nick should be approaching 5.
Copy. Here's 5. Man ISO valve is closed.
Copy, man isolation valve closed. Both EVs. Now we're moving on to a leak check. So take display status until leak check question mark is displayed, and then yes for 2 seconds, and follow instructions for the leak check.
EV1 copies, and EV1 is in leak check.
Copy, EV1 leak check.
Is in leak check.
Leak check, copy.
This is Mission Control Houston. We've taken a brief pause in the depressurization of the crew lock section of the Quest airlock at 5 pounds per square inch of pressure. The depressurization will resume momentarily down to vacuum as the precursor to Ann McLean and Nick Hague placing their suits on internal battery power to mark the official start of today's spacewalk. The International Space Station is approaching the coast of Chile, moving from northwest to southeast, soon to enter an orbital sunrise.
Setting O2 actuator EVA.
Copy, O2 actuator EVA for EV1.
2 leak check complete.
Leak check complete for EV2.
Both McLean and Hague reporting good leak checks on their suits, so their suits have been rock solid throughout the course of this morning's spacewalk preparations.
EV1 is in EVA, waiting for the status on the DCM.
Copy, EV1 EVA.
And EV1, O2 position EVA on the DCM.
Copy, O2 position confirm EVA on the DCM for EV1.
E2, O2 position, EVA, confirmed on DCM.
Copy, EV2, O2 actuator position EVA. Nick. Depress pump magnetization valve, take to open.
First pump man ISO valve is open.
And I am taking the emergency MPEP to open.
Copy.
The depressurization now has resumed. It will be placing the crew lock section down at vacuum a short time from now.
EVs, monitor suit T gauge less than 5.5. If it goes above 5.5, we'll stop the depress.
1 copy.
2 copies.
Just to set the stage one more time, this is the first spacewalk for both Anne McLean and Nick Hague. McLean is EV1, or extravehicular crew member number 1 today, wearing the suit bearing the red stripes.
When crew lock at 2.
Nick Hague, EV2, or extravehicular crew member number 2. His suit bears no stripes.
Copy. I'll take it closed.
Once the two spacewalkers are outside, they will activate their helmet cameras that are mounted on their extravehicular mobility units or spacesuits. You'll be seeing up close and personal views of the work that they'll be doing at the Port 4 work site. And McLean's helmet camera number that you'll see, it's a ghostly figure that you'll see in the lower corner of your screen. It will be number 20. Nick Hague's helmet camera is number 17.
Nick, heads up. Should be approaching 2.8 his side.
Be showing 2.4.
2.4.
Closing depress pump man ISO valve.
The depress pump manual valve closed at 2.0. Next for you, for EV2, on the UIA, switch depress pump power to off, OFF.
Depress pump power is off, OFF.
Both EVs, now it's time for your report of the initial tether config.
Okay, starting at EV1, I have a waist tether on my left side, the gate closed, slider lock, black on black. That is hooked to my MWS. My safety tether on my left side, my red hook, is connected to my D-ring extender, gate closed, slider lock, black on black. That leads to my crew reel number 23, which is unlocked. My yellow hook is connected to the anchor reel. The yellow hook is gate closed, slider lock, black on black. Anchor reel is unlocked, and that leads to my MWS. On my right side, I have my right waist tether. And Nick, can you get an eye on that? Where it hooks?
Right waist tether. Stand by.
Right here.
And it is closed, slider lock, black on black.
Okay, and that leads to the waist tether large hook, which is gate closed, slider lock, black on black, hooked to EV2's anchor reel, gate closed, slider lock, black on black. His anchor reel is unlocked.
Here in Mission Control, Spacewalk Officer Jackie Kagi reports to Flight Director Mary Lawrence that all of the crew's reports on the configuration of their tethers is as they should be. Everything in good shape as we edge ever so close down to vacuum for the crew lock and the start of today's spacewalk.
And I see his red hook. And that is gate closed, slider lock, black on black. Additionally, on the airlock D-ring extender, I see EV2's waist tether, gate closed, slider lock, black on black, which leads back to his D-ring extender, gate closed, slider lock, black on black.
Okay, guys.
Station from the airlock. Did you copy all the reports?
Yeah, David, it's coming back to you. The only thing we'd like to repeat is the yellow hook on anchor reel, EV2.
Didn't work. And Tracy, I have EV2's yellow hook hooked to his anchor reel, and I see it gate closed, slider lock, black on black.
All right, that's a good config for both you and Nick.
Copy.
EVs, as the pressure keeps slowly going down, just a heads up, when DPDT approaches 0, you can expect an alert tone.
One copies?
2 copies.
The heads up on the next actions is when the EV hatch delta P is less than 0.5 psi, that's when we will open the hatch.
One copies.
And I've got all the bags all the way forward to give you as much room.
Following final systems checks and communications checks, the crew will open the hatch on the crew lock, exposing them to the vacuum of space. That will be right before they place their suits on internal battery power. The big batteries that we're talking about that are in the process of being replaced, the nickel hydrogen batteries being replaced for the new lithium ion batteries, they have the same dimensions, 40.4 by 36.8 by 18.9 inches. The lithium ion batteries weigh a bit more. The nickel hydrogen batteries, the older ones that are being removed for disposal and storage on the station, weigh 364 pounds of mass on Earth. The lithium ion batteries weigh 428 pounds apiece. Joining Christina Cook and David St. Jacques is the commander of Expedition 59, Russian cosmonaut Oleg Kononenko, who launched with St. Jacques and Anne McClain last December. They will remain on board the station until they return home on June 25th, Kazakhstan time, for a landing in the Soyuz MS-11 spacecraft. As we mentioned earlier, the robotics team has already been hard at work over the past several days this week, robotically relocating 4 of the old nickel hydrogen batteries from their slots in the integrated electronics assembly for the 4A power channel at the base of the P4 truss of the International Space Station. One of those old batteries now parked temporarily on the special purpose dexterous manipulator, the Dexter robotic attachment on the station's Canadarm2 robotic arm. 3 of the old batteries were moved for disposal to the external pallet that is parked on a payload attachment point on the truss of the station. Those batteries will burn up with that pallet later this year once it is placed in a future H2 transfer vehicle, a Japanese cargo ship that is used to transport these batteries to and from the station. In addition to that work, 3 new lithium-ion batteries were relocated robotically into the resulting open slots in the integrated electronics assembly. All of this work to be replicated a week from today by Anne McClain and Christina Cook during the next spacewalk that will service the 2A power channel on the P4 truss.
One should be approaching 0.5. Heads up.
The hatch is reading 0.9 PSID.
Copy 0.9 on the hatch gauge.
Is reading 0.6 PSID.
0.6. We are rating 28 millimeters. It jibes.
Okay.
EV1, we're showing 26 millimeters of mercury.
Checking.
The crew lock section of Quest just about down to vacuum. Just a few more steps before the two spacewalkers, Anne McLean and Nick Hague, take final systems and suit checks and open the hatch to expose them to the vacuum of space. The official start of the spacewalk is marked when they place their suits on battery power.
And David, the EV hatch reads 0.5 PSID.
0.5 PSID. Here, go to open and stow the EV hatch.
Work. The handle is unlocked.
You see the outer thermal cover of the Quest Airlock's crew lock section now open. The hatch was opened at 6:58 a.m. Central Time. The EVA not yet officially underway. We're standing by for the crew placing their suits on battery power to mark the official start of today's spacewalk. In addition, Thomas Pesquet of the European Space Agency will be taking over ground communications duties, talking directly to McLean and Hague during the course of today's spacewalk. Tracy Caldwell-Dyson on the right has guided the crew through the final elements of their spacewalk preparations inside the crew lock. Pesquet, again, a veteran of two spacewalks, one of which was a replica of what will be conducted today by McLean and Hague. Pesquet joined Shane Kimbrough on January 13th, 2017 for battery replacement work on the starboard Ford truss.
Didn't copy step 14. You got that MPES closed?
Affirm. Both 13 and 14 complete.
Excellent. Well, I will
Yeah.
Let me move the bag up later.
wish Anne and Nick
There we go.
There you go.
successful EVA. Will be here supporting you. I'm going to officially hand you over to your ground IV, Thomas.
All right, thanks, TC. Merci, David. Super boulot. And Anne and Nick, this is Thomas. The team here is ready. Are you guys ready to step into the post-depress section of the Q card?
Good morning, Thomas and the rest of the team. We are ready.
Ready to go.
Okay, so on your DCM, you'll now switch power to BAT, and would like you to stagger your switch throws and expect a warning tone.
EV1 in work. EV1 is BAT. And tell me my display switch is functional.
E2's in bat. Display is functional.
Copy, EV1 and 2 in bat and display switch is functional. Nick, on the UIA, you'll take the power EV2 switches, 2 of them, to the off position.
Copy. EV1, power off. EV2, power off.
And if you can check for us that the power EV1 2 LEDs are off.
As expected.
And 2 LEDs are off, and I got the H2O message as well.
We copy H2O message for both of you. You can now disconnect your SCU from the DCM, install the DCM cover, and stow the SCU in the pouch.
This is Mission Control Houston, with McLean and Haig having placed their suits on internal battery power. The official start of today's spacewalk marked at 7:01 a.m. Central Time, 8:01 a.m. Eastern Time. The 214th spacewalk in support of space station assembly and maintenance now officially underway. Once again, the start time 7:01 a.m. Central, 8:01 a.m. Eastern Time, as the International Space Station flew just to the south of Madagascar.
EV2 SCUs in the pouch. DCM covers installed.
Copy EV1 and 2 SCUs disconnected, DCM covers in place, and SCUs in the pouch. Nick, you can now check that the depressed pump manual isolation valve is closed.
It is closed, Jamal.
Copy, and for both of you on your DCM, you'll take the temperature control valve to max hot.
EV1 is max hot.
EV2 max hot.
Copy EV1 and 2, and you can now take your water switch to on ON.
EV1 water switch on.
2 water switch on.
Copy EV1 and 2, check that your DCM display is blank and you have no bite light.
EV1, DCM blank, no bite.
2 blank, no bite.
You can now adjust your temperature control as desired, and if you could please report your suit P gauge to us.
Okay, EV1 is about 4.5 on the TCV, suit P gauge is reading 4.3.
Copy EV1.
EV2, suit P gauge 4.2, DCVs at 5.
Copy EV2, you can take your visors down. It's nice and bright outside.
EV1 copies.
Thomas Pesquet, the spacewalk communicator here in Mission Control, talking to McLean and Haig as they prepare to exit the Quest airlock. The spacewalk officially underway at 7:01 a.m. Central Time, 8:01 a.m. Eastern Time. You see in this view, in the upper right-hand corner, the Soyuz MS-12 spacecraft docked to the Rassvet module on the Nadir side, the Earth-facing side of the Russian segment of the International Space Station, having arrived just a week ago, carrying Haig along with Alexei Ovchinin and Christina Cook to the station from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan.
Check what you caught on.
Yeah, my left foot's on something.
You're 3 now.
Okay.
Just the bag is behind you.
Copy.
Good.
Okay.
If your tethers look good, you look clear going through the hatch.
Copy. Okay, and EV1 safety tether is to the forward airlock D-ring. Gate closed, slider lock, black on black.
Okay, we copy. Gate is closed and hook is locked. Can you check one more time for us that your reels are unlocked and?
Yes, I see my crew lock is unlocked. Crew reel is unlocked. My anchor reel is unlocked. And I can see again my yellow hook is locked black on black. And my red anchor to my left steering extender is locked black on black.
We copy. Those are good checks, and you can now attach Nick's anchor hook to the aft external D-ring.
And McLean now peering out of the hatchway of the crew lock section of the Quest airlock, beginning the first spacewalk of her career. She'll be followed shortly by Nick Hague as they configure their tools, reels, and tethers, all of their equipment for the planned 6.5-hour spacewalk to continue the replacement of older nickel hydrogen batteries with new lithium-ion batteries and associated adapter plates for the integrated electronics assembly for the 4A power channel on the P4 truss of the International Space Station.
Connected to the aft airlock D-ring, gate closed, slider lock, black on black. In front of me, I also have his anchor reel. I see it's unlocked. I see his yellow hook. It's locked.
Reel is unlocked and the red hook is locked.
And crew reel is unlocked. And EV1 is egressing.
And we copy all. We see you guys in a good config.
And McLean now outside of the International Space Station.
EV1 has egress.
Copy EV1, and with that you can give EV2 a go to release his waist tether from the airlock D-ring extender.
All right, Nick, you are go.
Copy and work.
McLean is the 13th female to walk in space, the 12th American. The one Russian cosmonaut was the first, Svetlana Savitskaya, in August of 1984. The first American astronaut to walk in space, Kathy Sullivan, on the STS-41G mission of the Shuttle Challenger in October of that same year.
Copy, Nick, and you can now transfer the crew log bag number 1 to EV1, and EV1, you'll receive that crew log bag and store on your BRT.
See you. And Nick, I'm grabbing my ret here.
Okay, that's about as far down as I can get.
All right.
There you go.
Okay, I have the crew lock bag. Catching my ret. Okay, my BRT ret is on the crew lock bag. And the ret's coming back to you, Nick.
Ready. Got it.
Copy, Ann, and Nick, if you can bring back that large small ret to the D-ring extender.
And it is attached to the D-ring extender.
We copy. You can now, if Anne is ready, you can transfer that V-guide bag to her, and Anne, you'll receive that V-guide bag and temp stow it on the airlock circular handrail.
Stand by one.
The V-guide bag, referred to by Thomas Pesquet, is a bag containing equipment that consists of 4 so-called V-guides. These are alignment apparatus that would be used to perform a replacement of space station radiators, heat dispensing radiators in the future. That'll be the first task of today's spacewalk, actually unrelated to the battery replacement, but to be conducted while the crew is in the vicinity of the work site to which this bag will be stowed for future use if required.
The port loop on the handrail, so you can go ahead and release the internal ret if you can get to it.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it back toward me. Hey.
Good view of Anne McLean, soon to be joined outside by Nick Hague. Spacewalk began again at 7:01 a.m. Central Time. The communications outside by the two spacewalkers will at some time, from time to time, be a rhubarb of sound, a cacophony of sound between themselves out in the void of space and the spacecraft communicator, Thomas Pesquet, here in Mission Control.
With the large hook, if I do that, it's going to string across the hatch. We're not bringing the V-guide back, so I just want to take it back to the handrail it's on.
Yes, that is correct, Nick. You're go to do that.
Okay, thanks.
All right, Nick, I'm going to move to the forward side, or up by the toolboxes. You can either.
Yeah. Copy that. Tomorrow I am putting my BRT ret on the crew lock bag, the drag out behind me.
We copy, Nick, and once you're in good config, you can egress the airlock with that crew lock bag, number 2 on your BRT ret.
Okay. That large small that was on the crew lock bag is now on the D-ring extender in the airlock, and I am egressing.
We copy.
You're clear. That bag's just sitting just port of the airlock, or the hatch.
Okay.
I am forward port.
Okay.
And Nick Hague now outside the International Space Station in the early minutes of his first spacewalk.
All right, from here I can see that your left spacer handle is down.
Okay. Stand by one. I'm going to get this on my BRT first.
Oh, copy.
The International Space Station is flying from southwest to northeast across the northern Indian Ocean, about to cross the southwestern coast of India. Just minutes into today's spacewalk, the first of 2019, the 214th in support of space station assembly and maintenance.
Bottles out. The BRT. Okay.
That looks like a good spot. I also see your right spacer handle down.
Okay. We come around so we can see each other.
All right. Good. Pull this bag out of the way.
Yeah. go.
Yeah.
And whenever you guys are in a good position, we're ready for your body check.
All right. Okay, I don't see your WBS light.
Okay, if I tilt back more.
Nope. It's not on.
Okay. Yeah, you got bumped off. Not on.
All right.
Okay, good green light there.
I see 3 remaining workstation tabs up on you. Okay.
Ann McLean near the top of your screen wearing the suit bearing the red stripes as EV1 or extravehicular crew member number 1. Nick Hague at the bottom of your screen. He has a suit with no stripes as EV2 or extravehicular crew member number 2. Before long, they will be in position to activate their helmet cameras to provide us up-close views of all of the work they'll be conducting in support of this battery swap out at the P4 truss. Once they do, Ann McLean's helmet camera will have the ghostly figure, the number 20 on the lower right-hand corner. Nick Hague's helmet camera is number 17.
Is locked on my left E-ring extender, black on black. Wheels are both unlocked. Yellow hook is locked black on black, and my anchor is locked black on black.
Okay.
We copy, and that's a good config.
My handles, my tabs, lights.
Copy.
BBS. Okay, starting top. You've got a good green light. Your helmet lights are on. They look good. I see 3 tabs up, and I see 1 safer handle and 2 safer handles down.
Copy.
And I've got a dry hap.
I have the dry hap as well.
I think that's good buddy checks.
Concur, what do you think, Tomas?
Yeah, we think that's good body checks. We didn't get Nick's tethers and tools, so if you could run through that for us one more time, please.
Yep. Starting at the anchor hook. I've got anchor hook closed, black on black. Anchor